Hi friends, welcome in. Tammy here with Bentley Lane Creations coming to you with today's sweet little DIY craft. This is the Home Sweet Home. This goes in the weave basket. The basket is sold separately and it's an interchangeable piece, and you know how I love my interchangeables. So this is one of those that go in this. This would be for an everyday thing. And there are two styles with this. You can either get the Home Sweet Home or you can get it where it says party of and then a number for your size of your family. Super duper cute. Love this one. And I'm going to show you how I styled mine up. So first you saw me, I painted the house white. Now you could see that I didn't care about staying in the lines and all of that because stuff gets glued on over top of it, so you don't need to worry. Now the key I did in the color gray, just standard gray, and then this cutting board and the roof and the little heart that goes in Home Sweet Home, I did in my Waverly Antiquing Wax, and I just apply that with a baby wipe. Now, I did apply 2 coats of that because I wanted it to be a little richer, a little darker, where sometimes I put it on and wipe it off, and I want it to be a little bit of a lighter wood look. This time I want it to be a little richer, so I just added it again, and now you see it up there drying. Now, for the initial and the Home Sweet Home, I used the color Ashen Azure. It's kind of a dark blue-ish gray, I would say. That's kind of how I would describe it. And then I used blue gray, which is a little bit lighter of that color, to kind of fade in on the words, just to give it a little bit of texture and depth. And so that's what I did there. Now, on the greenery here, I'm using the colors yellow green, bright green, and shamrock. So you can see here, this is the yellow green color. And now I'm going to go in with the shamrock color on these, on the bigger pieces here. And then I'm going to use the bright green, and I'm going to come in on that smaller piece, and I'm going to cover that, and I'm going to use a little bit of it to go around and cover up some of that yellow green as well on the bigger piece. And I just keep working at this until I get the look that I'm going for. I just kind of blend my colors. That's kind of how I do it. And now I came in with some white, and I added a little bit of white to that top piece. And then I'm going to do that little bottom piece there in that Ashen Azure, that darker blue-gray color. And then I'm finishing my back. You know I like my backs to be finished. I like my pieces to be completely done. So I did the back in the Waverly Antiquing Wax, which is what I standard for me. And now I am going to start styling it up. Now, I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but on the key, I painted that in a gray, and then I came in with the metallic silver and went over it a little bit. Not fully, but kind of like sponged it on so that it has like a little bit of a shiny texture to some of the pieces. And now I'm just using my standard white, and I'm just adding a little bit of embellishments here and there. And just as I see fit. And again, there's no rhyme or reason to this. I always say this to you guys. You don't even have to do this part. You can just skip this piece, but you can also just add in accents that you want on your own, or that you feel will make it look better or help it stand out or whatever. And that's what I do here. And I just kind of, there's no rhyme or reason to the way I do it. I just kind of do a little bit, then I sit back and look at it. And so I'll look at it numerous times. First I'll do this, I'll put it together, and then I'll look at it again. Do I need to add any? Sometimes I've added too much and I don't like that. And so I'll take the color of paint and I'll go back over it. So, you know, this is just a personal preference in the way you want it to look. And so I just keep going until I'm satisfied with the way I have it looking. And so I'm just adding some of the white here. Now, keep in mind on this piece, that little piece goes on top of it. So a lot of that won't show if you do too much down the center. And so here I am. I'm liking the way that looks. And now I'm going to take this acrylic black marker, and I'm going to put a number on the key just an address number you can put on there. You could put anything on there. You don't have to put anything at all. I just thought that was a cute little touch. Now I'm doing this for a friend. This is going to be a gift. So that's why I chose the letter I chose, the initial, and the number to put on the key. And so I'm gifting this. It's a new home. And so I'm putting this in the basket, in a big basket with a bunch of goodies for a little housewarming gift, if you will. And now I'm just gluing it all up. Always dry fit your pieces first. You know, I like to tell you that. And that way you don't have any mistakes going in, and you don't glue anything in first that should be glued in last. And so sometimes the pieces, it won't matter, but sometimes they do. So I always ask that you dry fit everything first, just to save yourself some sanity. Now I'm just using a little piece of jute twine, a real thin piece, and I'm just tying it, leaving a little loop there. And I don't glue mine in. I just lay it in there when I snap it in the basket. But you could absolutely glue it on if you wanted to, or tie it on however you see fit. There it is, all done up, and there it is in the basket. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.